Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
Boom! What is going on, team? And thank you for tuning in. I'm excited for you guys to listen to this one, whether you're a newbie CrossFitter or just getting into the health and fitness world, or you're an experienced vet. I think there's going to be a lot of good nuggets in here for you. So we hope that you enjoy it. We did a little bit of a longer banter topic about our competition that we hosted this week. So if you want to skip forward and go maybe 12, 13 minutes in, then go for it. But if not, we hope you enjoy it and make sure you give us a rating and a review. So let's go. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hi, honey.
Hi, honey. Is my mic plugged in?
It sure is.
Just checking. Is this thing on?
How is everyone doing today? That's how we're gonna start the episode. We want to know. Open your phone. Send us a message. Send us a DM on Instagram. Hey, Coach B. Hey, Coach Susie. I'm doing just well today. Or maybe you're not doing well, but sending us that message is gonna turn things right around.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Shoot us a message. We want to know. We want to know where you are in the world, because our podcast is getting out across
global.
Yeah, I think we're close.
We're worldwide, baby.
I think we're close to 20,000 downloads now. That's crazy. Shout out to you listening right now. You're one out of the 20,000.
That's very intense to think that 20,000 times someone has clicked on an episode of ours.
I wonder how many of them have clicked on every single episode. And if you are, then you definitely need to write to us, because we want to know if you're someone who has listened to every single episode.
Yeah. Should we add a new segment?
What's
where
that?
we do a shout out to somebody
Who wrote to us?
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to non-client. Yeah, we should create that segment. We'll ask ChatGPT for something fun and exciting. But yeah.
And I'll come up with a sound effect. Don't worry.
Oh, it's going to be a new sound effect.
Yeah, because we already have the client of the week. Everyone knows. Pew, 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 pew. It's not now. Don't get too excited. But we need a shout out, a worldwide, a Pitbull sort of vibes.
Oh, a Pitbull. Nice. Okay. So yeah, but you got to write to us. They got to write to us,
yeah,
right?
It'd be really awkward if we added a segment and then no one wrote to us and we had no one to talk about.
Yeah, what should they write to us about? Should they
Even
tell
if
us
you
about their
come to
CrossFit
our
journey?
gym, by the way, you are included in this. We're talking to you.
Hell yeah. And so write to us. Tell us something that's gone on in your CrossFit journey, or health, fitness related life, what your struggles are. Maybe if you want a little bit of advice, we'll give some free advice on the pod.
I love this idea. I hope we're popular enough to give out advice.
Yeah, so shoot us a DM. And
Mom, please send us something. Just kidding.
We had our Turn Up the Heat competition over the weekend. How'd it go, Suze? Susie competed.
Hot. It went really well, actually. Tell
us your experience as an athlete, as a participant in the competition that your lovely husband ran so well.
It was terrible. I hated No, I'm just kidding.
Shoot.
No, honestly, I had the best time. I had so much fun. The organization ran super smooth. It was very clear. The workouts were very creative and fun. A lot of positive feedback from a lot of the participants about the great programming. So well done, my love.
Thank you.
I had a great time. I was partnered with Justin, one of my longtime friends. And yeah, we crushed it. We did really well. We had great communication. We pushed ourselves a lot. I was reminded about my weaknesses, and I was proud of myself for some of my accomplishments. And we came third overall, and that was amazing.
Heck yeah. That was fun. What were some of your weaknesses and what were some of your strengths? What do you need to work on for our competition in August?
My biggest weakness, which is something I'm very aware of and have been aware of for a long time, and which robbed us of second place, is power output on the bike. It's a very big weakness of mine. It's been something I'm working on, but That's true.
You guys didn't even finish top 3 in the burner event.
No, we were like down.
Oh yeah, I didn't even look where you finished in that.
I don't know.
So
either.
the burner event was a 3K bike erg, but one partner had to hold the plate overhead, which I imagine that wasn't too hard. I would imagine the breathing probably got.
It was so much harder than I thought it was going to be.
Because you're like breathing so hard.
Mm-hmm. So basically one partner is on the bike while the other partner is holding a 45-pound plate over their head.
Yep.
If that plate comes under your head, then the person must stop pedaling and then you can switch. In that case, the other partner picks up the plate. Once it's over their head, partner 2 can start pedaling. Now, I think a couple things went wrong for us on this event, and it really did spoil us from second place because otherwise we would have definitely had second place, even if we had done, I think, 2 points better on this event.
Like 2 seconds or 2 points?
2, like it beat 2 other people. But,
Gotcha.
I mean, one of the people who beat us by 0.04 seconds.
Oh,
Nikki and Thomas.
Oh, dang. Shout out to our athletes for beating you by 0.4 seconds.
Like milliseconds.
In a competition, that's all it takes. So if ever you're in a CrossFit competition or anything, really, if you're in a race and you're suffering and
Every
you want to
second
slow down, just remind yourself that every second, every repetition counts. And man, 0.4 seconds, that's so close. I don't know if there was any score closer than that.
Oh, there was, and Justin and I also had this score closer than that.
Oh no,
for a different event.
Oh, okay. So tell me. So
anyways,
what happened? So you
I think we went wrong in 2 ways on this workout.
Yeah.
One is we didn't really have a strategy going in. We were just like, let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
That's
so
unlike you guys.
So partner 1 was Justin. He was on the bike and I held the plate, and holding the plate over your head for the first time was extremely easy.
Yep.
And so it was kind of like go until you can't anymore. And so then after we switched, it was like very difficult. So I think what we should have done is been like, you go for like, I don't know, 600 meters, then I'll go for 400 meters or something like that, and switch more methodically instead of just going until you can't anymore, because then you kind of gas out. Mm-hmm. So that was a big issue.
How much did Justin do?
I have no idea. I wasn't
round?
even looking at the meters. I was just looking at like just doing it.
Okay.
So that's where we went wrong.
Gotcha.
So that's where we went wrong on that. And also it's just a weakness of mine. Like I have never been strong in power output on cardio machines, especially the bike, and it was very, very well highlighted in this event and in other events too, because we had an echo bike workout where we also like didn't do the best of everyone in that workout, because again, I mean, I was holding over 70 RPM, but some people are just machines out there.
It's crazy. Yeah, sometimes you think you're fit until you get into a competition, and then you have like an echo bike or a...
Well, I don't want to talk down about myself because we still came third, which is amazing, and I don't want anyone hearing who did less good to think badly about their performance. Yeah. But it was very humbling to see how much literally just my bike skills were the thing that limited it our whole day.
Yeah, gotcha.
All of the points lost for us was really just my lack of bike skills.
Yeah.
Because in all the other workouts we did fantastic.
I thought it was interesting you guys did the burner event before that workout as well.
We gave ourselves like an hour though.
Yeah. But still the fatigue plays into effect on the quads and everything. But
in hindsight, knowing that we were going to do terrible on the burner event, maybe we would have just done it after.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we even got a good score to beat. Like it wasn't even worth it to do it before.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so yeah, bike skills are numero uno thing to work on.
What were you proud about yourself? I feel like you were really pushing, especially the gymnastics side. I know you didn't get the bar muscle up in the end, but like
I feel like a little meh about the whole day, because I feel like I was really hoping to get a bar muscle up because I had been practicing them before and I was getting them all the week before, but not under fatigue, so it's normal.
Yeah.
But the gymnastics went okay. I don't think I shined. I don't think I've practiced toes to bar in like months. Like it's been a long time I haven't done toes to bar in a workout, so I felt rusty for sure.
But I feel like you're moving really well.
Yeah, but I felt like I was moving good. I feel like Justin and I thrived on the first workout, the running and the wall walks, both of it. Like wall walks were cakewalk. Like I felt like my shoulders were really strong. So I was really happy with that. For me, I surprised myself on the clean complex. I thought there's no chance I was going to get over 140 pounds, and I hit 155, which was like massive. For me, that's really heavy.
That was cool.
So that was cool. I liked that. Was a very positive moment for me. But yeah, I feel like I feel really good about it, but I don't feel great about it.
Gotcha. So we got about 6 weeks to work on those things that you want to work on.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I'll just take the opportunity to get the free coaching here from you. But I feel like I'm not sure what I should do to improve my power output, because I feel like anytime we have a bike and a workout, I use that as my point to push. But I feel that I have so far to improve on it.
So the question is, how do you get better at that?
How do you get better at biking?
Well, anytime you want to get better at like a singular aspect of training, you're not going to really necessarily be able to do it in a group class. Like a group class is like general fitness.
100%.
You know, like we're trying to get you fit on all the things. And, you know, like if you want to get better at toes to bar, you're going to be able to get better at toes to bar by practicing. But if you really want to get better at a singular thing, like let's say like toes to bar is really the thing you want to get better at, you got to spend time doing toes to bar, and not just the one day of the week that we do it, but the other days. Same thing for power output. It's also very rare for power output that we train that. Like we do that once every couple weeks, maybe every few weeks if you're lucky to get on that class.
Exactly.
So you got to like spend time after class and getting on that bike and doing like 30 on, 30 off, or
like hard
like
intervals.
20 on, 2 minutes off. Like really full
hard,
send efforts.
That's what I need to do.
And yeah, so you just got to, anytime you want to get better at like a specific thing, you got to spend time outside the group class. So what I would start with you, which would be really cool, is you do like a 10-minute echo bike test, 30 on, 30 off, and see what you got.
10 minutes of 30 on, 30 off.
10 minutes, 30 on, 30 off, max calories, and see how many calories you can complete. And then use that as a point of reference moving forward. And then just do like intervals on the echo bike. I mean, you could do bike erg, but I really think the echo bike gives the most bang for your buck if you're really trying to work on the power output.
Wait, the first thing you said was on the bike erg though.
Oh.
Was it?
No.
I heard wrong.
Maybe I said bike erg, but I meant echo bike.
So
like 30 on, 30 off, echo bike, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, sorry.
Max calories.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool from the organization side of things.
It was smooth.
Yeah.
It was so smooth. Our judges were amazing. Everybody was so clear.
Shout out to all the volunteers.
Fantastic. It was so smooth.
Yeah, the volunteers really stepped up.
A super shout out for Val, Thomas's mom, who is a new member at the gym. She's been crushing it, by the way, but she really, really, really had like an important task and a little bit of a stressful task of doing the scoring, and she created this epic spreadsheet to help us do the scoreboard, and she was entering the scores all day, and she did such a good job.
Yeah, I mean, all the volunteers, Val did amazing. She worked hard behind the scenes with me to create that prior to the day. And then on the day of, or actually even the days before, I was making videos for our judges to know what to look for, like specific movements, like how they should be, how the movement quality should be. And shout out to them for taking their time, not just the day of. They spent a solid
preparation
between 6 to 8 hours here, but they also spent some time outside the gym to watch those videos and make sure everything was on par. And then, just them spending the day here, it was pretty cool. I think if I were to change anything, it would have been that echo bike workout, because I felt that there was too much. I wanted more of the other stuff, and I felt that there was so much echo bike in that workout. I don't know why, but I thought people would have been able to blow through that echo bike a little bit quicker. But I think the accumulation of fatigue got up really quick, and the workout was relatively short. It was 10 minutes. So in hindsight, if there was one aspect that I would have changed from that workout, is I would have changed the calories on the echo bike. Or I would have reformatted that entire workout to a different rep scheme. Maybe like instead of 40, 40, 40, maybe like 20 cal echo bike, 30 is it dumbbell snatch?
Yeah.
30 dumbbell snatch and then 40 wall balls.
yeah.
Something like that where we get a little bit more rounds in.
Yeah, most people were doing about 2 rounds, I guess.
2 rounds, yeah. Which I would. It's so funny because I program these things and I can kind of guess where people might end up, but really you don't know because like first of all, it's not just a group training; it's like a competition. So adrenaline kick in. I don't know these athletes that are coming from all these different affiliates, so I have no idea what their fitness level is. So I'm creating this with like an idea of roughly where people are going to go. And I could not have been further off from that workout.
You thought people were going to do like 3 rounds?
Yeah. You know what? Like I actually created the judges sheet and I was putting the rows of columns for like when they do the echo bike, check it off. And then below that, there's a box where they complete the dumbbell snatch, then the wall balls. And then there's going to be the next column and then they'll count their rounds. And I was like, I think I had put like 8 columns in there. I was like, for sure, no one's going to do 8 like that. That would be crazy. But I was like, I'll put it in just in case. I have the room on the paper, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if teams can get like maybe like 4 rounds in. Like if there's a really good team, get like 4 rounds in. I don't think a single team did more than 2 rounds.
No, 2 plus something.
Yeah, 2 plus something was the best score. Yeah, but that would have been the only change from my side. But yeah, the organization last year was just chaos. We did this event 2 weeks after Tommy was born. There wasn't much preparation for the event, and it was just chaotic.
But we learned, and we came back, and this year was so freaking smooth.
It was cool, yeah. Even the barbecue was awesome. Yeah.
And it's fun to see some faces, some faces now that have come 3 years in a row. So you start to know those athletes, and I feel like everyone was cheering on each other. Honestly, it was just like happy, warm, and fuzzy vibes. And I've never been more proud of like our judges and our athletes and the like everything was amazing.
Yeah, it was good. It was, the intervals between the workouts were solid, and yeah.
As an athlete, I just felt like my weaknesses were so highlighted that I was feeling down about my performance. But I know that coming third is a good accomplishment, but I know I had it in us to come second.
And who finished second?
Dom and Marianne.
Coach Dom finished second.
He got us good at the end.
By 2 points, was it?
I think it was 3 points.
3 points. Oh, yeah. 17 and 14, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 3 points.
Yeah.
It was really all the burner event.
Yeah. All right. Banter topic complete. We are going to talk about commitment.
Marriage.
No, not that.
Oh.
Commitment to health and commitment to fitness.
To each other.
Fun fact.
Oh, tell me.
Susie lost my ring a couple weeks ago.
Oh my God. I lost his wedding ring, but I found it.
And she found it.
A week later.
Okay, no more marital talk. Commitment. What does that mean? How do you apply it to CrossFit? How do you apply it to life? Or how do you even apply it to competition?
I thought you were going to say marriage. I was like, okay, we're doing it. Marriage advice. Join us on our
We're not
pod.
doing marriage.
Sorry.
I love you.
I'm so obsessed with you. Oh, I love you too. Don't worry. I didn't forget to say it back.
Hi, honey.
Hi, honey.
Okay. First
commitment to CrossFit
thing is commitment to showing up. That is the most important thing. So what does that mean? Motivation, is it something that you or I or the listeners
infinite amount of
can rely on?
It's on tap.
Absolutely not. Because motivation comes and goes, and it will help start the journey.
Yeah.
But it does not get the results that you're looking for here.
No, if you're relying on your motivation, it will let you down eventually.
Hell yeah. So commitment to showing up means you got to be in this. You got to say, hey, I'm committing to this thing, whether it's an event that I'm signing up for, a CrossFit competition, whether it's, hey, I'm just trying to like flip my life upside down and try to really just focus on my health. Whatever that is, you got to make the commitment to it, and you got to be willing to show up.
Right.
I'm in the midst of a hard running program right now.
You're killing it.
Week 4, just finished day 1.
Oh my gosh, if you're in week 4, I need to start running.
Of the half marathon program.
Good.
Year 2.
Killing it.
And motivation has come and gone so many times already in these 4 weeks. But commitment to showing up to the training program.
It's there.
It's there. And I'm already seeing the results in less than 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're killing it.
I did a run 3 weeks ago. It was my first run. Coach Allen, I think I talked about this on the podcast, but Coach Allen programmed something, and I absolutely bombed it. Sucked.
In a bad way.
And then I questioned every aspect of my commitment to what I'd signed up for, my target for my goal, and everything. And whether or not I was a good athlete, whether I was a good father and partner.
Terrible husband or whatever.
All the questions popped into my head and said, wait, hold on a second. What is this? And it was pretty cool because today I had a repeat effort of that and absolutely smashed it. Did better than I was supposed to do, slightly, and felt really good at the end. So
the moral of the story here is
you got to commit. You got to commit to showing up. It wasn't because my motivation to run today was higher than it was 3 weeks ago. It's that I've run 9 times before that to get to this 10th effort to give it a solid go here.
Mm-hmm. What are like practical uses? Like how can we tell people, like, for example, for being committed to showing up for CrossFit classes, it's quite simple. You go into your Wodify app and you log in and you reserve your classes for the week. And that's your commitment. That's your first active commitment.
Yep.
Signing up for classes. Next active commitment is showing up to said classes and treating each of those appointments like they're a super important appointment that cannot be canceled. How could we apply that? I mean, in your case, I guess to the running, your commitment is applied through hiring a coach and following a program.
Yep. Yeah, for sure signing up for something is going to be the beginning stage.
Right.
So whether that's signing up to a gym, hiring a coach, signing on to a program, registering for a race, or signing up for a competition, that is kind of the first element to the journey.
Right.
Once you sign up, right, once you ring up CrossFit Max, you book your free intro with a coach, you sit down, and then from there the journey begins. But that is the first stage of commitment.
Okay.
That's number 1.
Number 2.
Number 2 is you're in this for the long game. All right. So commitment to the long game.
Like me and you. Together forever.
Exactly. Yeah. I see what you're doing here. So one thing that we often maybe see in the fitness world is these like challenges.
And we love to hate on a challenge.
Man, do I hate a challenge. No, I love the aspect of signing up for a competition, a race, something. But general health and fitness is not an 8-week challenge or a 28-day lose 10 pounds, right? Like 28-day no alcohol, no sugar, right? Like that's not what fitness is. Fitness and health is a lifelong journey in which you're trying to improve your lifestyle. So once we have like committed ourselves to something, we have to know that like, hey, like I am in this for the long run, and you gotta be just mindful that this is a process. Like it takes time to get results.
Yeah.
Right?
So I feel like this element that we're discussing here is more about like how to approach something in a way that's long and manageable versus trying to, use motivation, which might be high at the beginning, and come at a goal too aggressively and set yourself up in that case for failure.
I saw two things on social media. I can't remember. Don't quote me exactly on this.
I'm quoting you.
But there was like a photo, and it was like a little cartoon photo, and it showed three, what do you call it? Backgrounds of someone getting bigger. Let's just say like the frame of their body.
Okay, yeah.
And it said like 3 years to get to this size. And it showed like three different sizes, three of the same height, but belly and body getting bigger. Mm-hmm. And it said 3 years to get to this size. And then underneath, it had the opposite order of like the biggest person going to the leanest person. And it said something like 3 years to get to this point, but people want to do this in 3 months and like to lose all the weight, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes...
Yes, I see what you mean, yeah.
It takes a lot of people a long time to build an unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah, you don't just eat a pack of Oreos and wake up 200 pounds overweight.
Exactly, yeah. 200 pounds overweight. Hopefully no one's waking up. Hopefully no one's 200 pounds overweight. But yes,
you don't just like have one bad choice and then all of a sudden you're huge. You know, that happens slowly over time. It creeps up on you.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, so there was that, and then man, there's this quote that I'm not even gonna quote it. I'm gonna say like roughly what it was like, but I think
paraphrase is the term.
Paraphrase it. I think it was Usain Bolt that said it.
Oh, now you're gonna paraphrase and quote someone you don't even know who you're quoting.
It was.
I love it. That's right up my alley.
It was like someone like it was something like spent 20 years of his life to run like 8 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
But people give up after like a month of trying. You know.
I remember. Like I feel like you're right. It's definitely Usain Bolt, but it's so true. Like, you know,
someone spends so many hours, a lifetime, trying to run such a short period of time and be the best at that. And then, like, people just, like, give up after, like, less than a month, or even sometimes even after, like, a couple weeks. They're like, oh, it's not working. You know, it's like, whoa, like, give this an honest effort. Like, you are in this for the long run. Like, you have been unhealthy for this amount of time, or... you know, you've signed up for this race or this competition. Like, okay, you don't have your ring muscle up right now, but give yourself 4 months.
Yeah,
5
you're
months,
obviously not
6
talking
months,
to me
you know?
about this, but
no, definitely not you. You know, but like you had just gotten your bar muscle up, you know, and it takes time to be able to do that under fatigue in a competition. You know,
you best believe you're gonna see me practicing.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, commitment to the long game is number 2. Number 3, commitment to growth over ego. So something that is super important in our gym is that every athlete has to be coachable. And I'm also loving this element of hiring your dad, Papa Miller, aka Coach Allen, as my coach, my personal coach here. Mm-hmm. And I would not be able to sign up for something and then create my own program and be willing to suffer through without making some sort of altercations. There's a process of hiring someone and then fully committing yourself to that growth aspect and like believing that, hey, the coach and the program is going to get me to where I go, and just leaving your ego at the door.
100%.
And it's very easy for myself to be like, okay, like, well, you know, I'm a professional and I'm a professional coach, so I can kind of see where he's going at. But you know what? Like, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to do like this run instead. You know, like, oh, he's building up the volume over here, and I don't know if I could do that pace, so I'm going to do my own pace. You know, like, no, it's like, hey, you signed up for the program. I'm committing myself to the coach. I'm trusting fully into my coach right now. I'm trusting fully into the gym. Leave my ego at the door. Hey, I'm not getting into the bottom of the squat right now, but yeah, coach, I want to add more weight onto the bar. Like, no. Like, I need you to get down into the bottom of the squat. It's not about the weight on the bar. It's about how low you're getting, right? And then once you get nice and low and we're getting your hips and your knees and your ankles through their full range of motion, then we can start to add the weight. Yeah, but coach, I want to add some more weight here. 2 weeks later, oh, my back hurts. Well, were you going into the bottom of the squat, or were you limiting yourself and building stiffness?
Surprise.
You know?
Yeah, I feel like you really want to think about it like you're building a house or you're building a building. You need to lay the foundations and make sure they're very well set before you start adding brick by brick on top of that. You can't build on something that's not perfect.
Yeah. And also for people who are just starting CrossFit or getting, or maybe even within their first year of CrossFit, you're learning all these new things. And there's this like rule we have here at CrossFit Max that we talk about all the time, and that's not using the word can't. You're not allowed to say the word here.
Correct.
Because 99% of the time, saying the word can't is not a physical limitation. It's a mental limitation. You're saying, I can't prior to you trying, right? And then I'll say, whoa, hold on a second. Let's do that again. Let's actually try it right now. And then they're like, no, but I can't. And then they're like literally doing it as they're saying that they can't do it.
Yeah, that happens way too often. And even still, even if you don't quite have the capabilities of doing something yet, if you don't have if you like actually cannot do something yet, it's still not valuable to say, I can't, because you're putting a limiting belief on yourself.
Yeah.
And in fact, the correct framework is to work from the mindset of, okay, what can I do in order to get there? Or I'm going to achieve it at one point, or I'm not yet able, but I'm working on it. Or, you know, I'm in the process of learning. Yeah. All of those are acceptable answers. No one expects you to physically be like, oh, I can't do anything. Like, okay, it's not reasonable. If you just started CrossFit, we don't expect you to pop up on the rings and give a ring muscle up on day one because you can. No, it's just about being mindful about how you speak to yourself, because your words become your actions become your habits, something else. Yeah. Something like that you say all the time.
Yeah. Your thoughts become your words become your actions, and then your actions become your habits. Yeah. Yeah, so exactly. Just leaving your ego at the door and having that growth mindset, like wanting to learn, wanting to put effort, and then just being receptive, being coachable, and just like commitment to growth, no matter what level you're at, wherever you are in your journey, whether you're just starting, whether you're an advanced athlete, leave your ego 100%. At the door. Number 4 is commitment. In this situation, commitment outside the gym, or commitment, let's just say, outside of the fitness regime here. So what do you mean? Most people train for an hour. And if we're living a really good, healthy lifestyle, we're doing that 5 days a week. Yeah. If you're hitting 5 days a week where you're training for 1 hour, you are absolutely crushing the health and fitness lifestyle. And I mean, you are in the very small % of the world doing that, because not many people are doing that 5 days a week.
So true.
5 hours a week is someone, hopefully you, but someone crushing it. There is 168 hours in a week.
Damn.
If you're doing 5 hours, out of the 168, what are you doing for the other 163 hours? And that matters more than what people like to think. How are you sleeping? True. What are you eating? What are you doing on the weekends?
Are you like moving outside of those 5 hours?
Exactly. Are you hydrating? Are you trying to manage stress levels? These are all just like critical elements of the holistic approach to health. That like, hey, okay, you're showing up to the gym, we got you. We're gonna hold your hand, and we're gonna take the best care of you for the next 60 minutes. But what's really important is that you really commit yourself to the outside of the gym as well, or outside the fitness regime, right? So if it's just not inside the gym, if it's running, if that's swimming, whatever the heck you're doing, you got to commit yourself outside of those training hours, all right? Too many people, like I just earned my calories right now. It's like, well, maybe. I mean, you did work really hard for the hour, but do you want to just flush that down the toilet, or do you want to build upon that, right? And start to make true change outside. So That could be learning, sleeping, nutrition, hydration, stress management. All those things are extremely important, and you got to commit yourself to that lifestyle. Number 5, which is something that, and the last one, which is something I think is really maybe not spoken enough about, and that's commitment to the community. CrossFit Max has a freaking awesome community, and you'll probably hear a lot of CrossFit. Yeah, a lot of CrossFit gyms will say that, and it's because it's freaking true. Whatever CrossFit affiliate is building inside their gym and with their community and the culture that they're building, it is bringing forth the best, hopefully the best atmosphere, and is influencing so many people in the most positive way in the gym and outside the gym.
Right.
And it's events like our Turn Up the Heat competition where it's I put out this request for people. No one has to show up. No one has to show up on a Saturday, spend 6 to 8 hours judging. All those people chose to do that and are, just filling their heart and just showcasing their love for this gym to the rest of the world. They know that other affiliates are coming here. They know that other people are going to see what this gym is. And then they know that when the people come over to me and have those conversations, it's like, wow, your gym is so nice and the judges are so cool. And and it's just a testament of, okay, well, this is the epic community that we have here.
Right.
And I always say that it's super important that you introduce yourself to someone new in the gym. Go over, shake their hand. If there's a face you don't know, you'll never know, because the best relationships are formed inside a CrossFit gym. So commitment to the community, go out of your way, whatever.
Participate.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, participate and buy into that, right? Whether that's a run club, whether that's a CrossFit gym, whether that's whatever the heck that is, just commit to the community, be a little bit less selfish and give a little bit more back into it. And you'll see that what you're going to feel out of that and what you're going to get out of that is going to be much more powerful than you ever thought. And it's been really cool to see our CrossFit Max community just blossom over the last couple of years.
Sure has.
And it just so many other gyms come here and they're like, wow, this was truly an unbelievable event. And all these events we could only do because of the awesome community we have.
Yeah, we're very, we're not lucky. I don't want to say lucky because it's not luck. We built a beautiful culture and have grown a wonderful community, and each and every one of those people make it what it is. And it's not luck. It's actually a lot of commitment from their part. Yeah.
Nick Bear always talks about this, and I think it's
that's a YouTuber influencer, just so people know who you're talking about.
And he always he just posted a video about his new, so he owns a big supplement company now,
thriving
in the US, and he put this quote on one of his walls in his new facility, and it was if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together.
100%.
And it's that's a powerful statement right there. So yeah, commit to the community. So we'll end it there.
Yep.
And we always end it with Client of the Week.
Pew, 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 pew.
This week's client deserves it because she was one of those awesome volunteers over the weekend.
Hell yeah.
And she's also been smashing her training.
She's been killing it.
She's been also upping her running volume as well while keeping up her CrossFit training. She has the same race as us, the half marathon, the
Yes, she sure does.
So our client of the week is Rebecca.
Yay, go Rebecca. You totally earned this one. You did a fantastic job judging. She actually judged Justin and I for one of the workouts, and she absolutely crushed it. She did such a good job. She came to the run club last weekend, and I noticed that she checked in with Daniela, who came to her first run club, and they had been texting beforehand to hold each other accountable about coming.
That's freaking awesome.
So that's really cool. Rebecca's been a long time member here, and she's really, clearly making an effort to make other people in the community who are a little bit newer feel welcome. So she's just like an absolute icon of what we dreamt of for CrossFit Max. So she just fits all of the criteria that we love in people.
And she wears a lot of pink, so.
Exactly. Literally, she's just like textbook. If we could think of a perfect client to represent the gym, it would be Rebecca.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Rebecca. And thanks to all you listeners for tuning in. We hope that you stay committed to whatever you're doing.
Help and accountability buddy, we're here for you.
Shoot us a message. We want to start a new segment. We're going to have it. Someone's going to send us a message.
Someone's going to send us a message, and we're going to talk about you in the next episode.
So we're going to create a cool name for that segment, too. So,
and a sound effect. Promise.
Can't wait to hear that.
All right. I need to workshop it. I'm not ready.
We'll end it there. See ya.
Bye.